Hello, I'm Melan Goldberg, and welcome to the Language of the Hand. In this segment, we're going to talk about the mount in the archetype of Venus. This mount, which is really the ball of the thumb, is given the largest area by nature in the hand. And I think that's because nature felt that the capacity for love, which is what Venus represents, is probably one of the most important forces in being alive, the reason for living. To love, to care, to feel the joy of life. This is part of our birthright as a human being, and the hand wants to make sure that we get a lot of room for it so that we have every chance we possibly can in order to experience this. The Venusian archetype is made to bring joy and happiness into the life and to bring happiness into the lives of others. They're not really a very ambitious archetype. They'd rather play than work, but also they make life sweet. Like a champagne, they bubble, and wherever they are, they bring brightness and light and joy. Their homes are always open to friends. This is actually one of the few archetypes that could be happy with a career as a homemaker, be it a man or a woman. Unless they have something else, like a good amount of Mercury, they're always on the move and doing something, or Mars or Saturn for hard work ethic, or Jupiter for ambition. Unless they have some other archetype, they really don't care about achieving much in life. Some other archetypes are too similar to them, say Apollo, who loves to play, or Luna, who loves to think and dream. So those kinds of combinations produce maybe very creative people, but who need to lie around an awful lot and don't care about achieving in the world. Venus loves, and pleasure is important. How full it is. Take a look at this image of this fellow, who we've seen him before in the Mount of Mars because there's an extraordinary Mars there, but there's also an extraordinary Venus. This person loves, and it is the motive, the reason for life. Here we have a picture that we're posting of someone with a beautiful Venus, and look at the heart line. The heart line is deeper than the other three major lines, and it starts right under the middle finger. That's the sensual position. Put together that big, full Venus and that pink heart lines starting under the mount of Saturn, and you have someone who really needs touch and sensuality as the most important ingredient of their life. You will notice that there are sensitivity pads on every one of those fingers, so he is particular and choosy as to how he gets this particular part of life fulfilled. Venus gives service, and sometimes they're imposed upon. People know that they love to give. They know that Venus loves to make people happy. That's one of the most important things in the world to them. Many a true Venusian has the kind of thumb that when you press it, not mine, it just bends right over, the sign of givingness and generosity. If Venus could learn to say no, then they would not be imposed upon so much. That's one of their big tasks. Sometimes people have a flat Venus, and you'll know it. It's just flatter. Mine, although not the size of the examples we've been showing, is considered a healthy, normal, sufficient Venus for giving love and receiving love. So, although mine is not as big as some of the larger examples we've seen, it's not as flat as what a flat Venus looks like. That looks pushed in. These people are not sentimental. They may be the kind of parent that doesn't hug their children very much. Maybe it's hard for them to express love. However, everybody loves in their own way. And I've known people with flat Venuses who showed their love in practical ways by doing for people in their own quiet way. They just don't say words of love. and hug and kiss. But no, everybody has their own style of loving.